fraternity or whatever you call, and it feels like being on an interview stage. Yeah? So you have to put up your best show because everyone is watching you. So I get very scared when they invite me here. But I'm not afraid of students. I like students. I like them too, but I'm afraid. Because most of the points are covered and we can spend a lot of time in interaction. And I'm not joking, truly, a lot of points are covered. So first I want to give a big hand to Nuva for really implementing something which I didn't think is being implemented. Okay? So congratulations, and I think you are pioneers in this type of projects, and I'm sure many more will take inspiration from you and take this forward. So let's start with this. So like I said, truly I'm going to be quick because the points I don't want to repeat too many times, and there is a lot of repetition, surprisingly. So if this works, just a second. If you see some of the comments that I make here, Nuva may context, because it may not be true for them. But in general, if you see, an engineering or science student spends 16 to 18 years in getting educated. About 12 years before you get into any engineering or any science specialization, and then 4 to 6 years in actually being an engineer or a ME or being a master's in science, some science stream. So having spent 16 to 18 years, barring the students who pursue research as their career, other gets absorbed by some industry. So what one expects is, if you spend 16 to 18 years being educated to get absorbed in an industry, how come after 18 years one still is not ready for the industry? Right? It's really amazing, but that's true by and large. That when we recruit people, they are truly not industry ready. Right? And I think the gentleman also asked questions, what do you mean by being industry ready? So we'll try and define that topic a little here. What do we mean by being industry ready? And the thoughts I'll be putting forward probably are only representative thoughts, and by no means an exhaustive list of what needs to be done to be industry ready. Okay? So it's a starting point, it's a seed that we'll start with, and people can add and grow that list. We already have had some initiatives by IBM, by Infosys, COP College in Pune, in bringing together industry and educational institutes so that we really start working towards this thought of this dream, that we really get people from the educational institutes and they start being productive from day one. Day one is not possible, but at least as early as possible, as early as feasible. So, what are the requirements for being industry ready at entry level? Right? We also have to realize that when you pass out from an educational institute, whatever is the educational institute, typically you get into an industry at entry level. Alright? Unless you are starting your own company, then you are at the top level. But if you are getting absorbed in an industry as an employee, you are really starting at the entry level of something. And you should grow like that too. Right? Because there is no point in trying to jump without building the foundation in your career. So if you want to get at the entry level, what you need in industry to be ready, to be industry ready. So I have tried to list down a few things. First is understanding of job responsibilities. Now you are taking up any job, it doesn't matter what the job is. If it's IT industry, you are either a programmer, or you are a tester, or you are a technical writer, or a usability analyst, and so on. Alright? Or you are a technical support person. There are so many roles or so many job families that exist in the IT industry, right? And they are all documented. And HR people are owners of those job descriptions. They are defined for various career streams. What are the type of job responsibilities you need to perform as part of your role? And they are all embodied in the form of what is known as job descriptions. So have you seen, for example, the job descriptions of all careers? That you have been in the industry for 18 years. So you would have, right? But how many people in educational institutes take a look at job descriptions to see if what we are teaching is relevant for a job that people are going to perform in the end? Alright? Is there a map? Is there a synchronization in the job descriptions for the industry and the educational curriculum that we have set up? So this is the starting point, I would think, with understanding of the job responsibilities in the industry. And then you can categorize what is required in different ways. The first one that is obvious is the technical skills, and they depend on the job description. So if I am a programmer, what are the technical skills required? It depends on the organization. It could be Java programming, the core Java, J2E, and so on and so forth. If I am a Microsoft shop, it may mean Microsoft skills. Somebody mentioned Oracle, sure, Oracle skills. Whatever is relevant and going in the market. Now, luckily, a lot of technologies have worked quite hard. So life is getting a little simpler. But still, there are multiple technologies and technical skills to be acquired and learned, right? And for that, you need to know what is most current technical skills that you need to acquire, right? And depending on the job, the skills required for a tester are different from the skills required for a programmer. But there are some common skills both require, and there needs to be a good understanding of that too. And then you need soft skills, right? For example, I have mentioned few examples. Email etiquette, how to write emails. A lot of work happens through emails. Yeah, not the programming work, but a lot of correspondence and communication happens through email and websites. How good are we in writing emails? Right? It is an important thing to be productive and professional to know how to write good emails. And even after working for 30 years, I don't think I can write good emails still. I'm learning. But you can be fast. If you spend 16 to 18 years in college, you may be very good in emails already, right? I mean, surfing, everyone is good. But being good in emails is different. It's a skill. You need to understand something. There is a knowledge to be acquired. How to be effective in meetings. Even experienced people